Okay, my name is Sister Carol Rittner. I'm a Sister of Mercy, and I've been a Sister of Mercy coming on to 62 years in September 2024, so the 100th anniversary of Misericordia University. I've been basically an educator all my life. I taught a very short time in high school, and then went on to graduate school at the University of Maryland and then at Penn State, where I got my doctorate. And in between, I got a master's in theology. And my association with Misericordia has been as a student and as a member of the Board of Trustees. I'm a long-time member of the Board of Trustees. It's been a great experience for me. I hope I've made a contribution to Misericordia. I've seen changes. Most of them, I would call them very good changes. I've experienced a number of different presidents, again, most of whom I would say were great presidents for Misericordia University. I enjoyed my relationship with them as a trustee. I would say that my experience of Misericordia University, besides being a trustee, is as a student. And I think that if I were to say what's really great about Misericordia University, is the faculty. The two finest teachers I ever had, I had here at Misericordia University. And I've gone to many institutions, schools that are much larger than Misericordia, perhaps even more prestigious than Misericordia. But my two finest teachers were here at Misericordia. Sister Regina Kelly, who taught me many courses in English, because I was an English major here at Misericordia, and Dr. Louis Magginson, who taught me courses in history. I was a history minor. They, by far, were the finest teachers I ever had, a real credit to Misericordia. And the reason that I can say I think the great strength of Misericordia is the faculty. They're committed to students, they're well prepared, they care about students, and they bring great honor to Misericordia. I went to a Catholic high school in Harrisburg, Bishop McDevitt High School, and Sisters of Mercy taught in the high school. And so I met sisters that I thought were lively and seemed, to have energy. And I graduated from high school in 1961, so that's a long time ago. And I went to college for 1 year before I entered the community, but there were a couple of Sisters of Mercy, and as I tried to think about what did I want to do, and they attracted me in terms of I'd like to give this a chance. And I felt that however one expresses this, that I was being called by God to give my life to something beyond myself, and the Sisters of Mercy attracted me. So I applied and was accepted, and it seemed to be a good fit, and that's how I came to Misericordia. I don't have any favorite stories or whatever. My memories of Misericordia, the influence of Misericordia on me has been education, and it's been faculty people. So I really have no stories as an undergraduate co-ed here at Misericordia. I can tell you stories. I was on the board. I was a fairly new, I think, board member when Misericordia decided to go co-ed. And I can remember that particular board meeting. I think Dr. McDowell might have been the president when we voted on whether or not to remain single-sex or become a co-ed institution. And there had been a lot of discussion ahead of time. And I remember the board meeting was held over in the library, at the time, the new library, up on the third floor in a boardroom. And I remember walking into the room, and at the time we kind of sat like Last Supper style, in a kind of horseshoe with the president and the chair and the vice chair of the board up in the front. In any event, I walked in and I remember seeing these men. They were younger men on the board, and they were chit-chatting and talking, and I walked over, I said hello, and then I don't know if I sat down, whatever. I could hear them talking, and they were talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and the football games of the Philadelphia Eagles. And so, of course, my ears perked up because we were going to vote about co-ed and all of that. And I remember one gentleman who was a board member, he had a suit on. He opens his suit jacket, and in the inside pocket, pulls out something that looked to be like sort of plastic. He showed, this is my annual pass to the Philadelphia Eagles football game. And I was like, I think we're going to vote to go co-ed, or maybe we were voting on whether to have football as a sport at Misericordia. Whatever it is, I knew the vote was already in. It didn't matter what I thought, because they were going to vote for whatever it was. But I mean, my memories are basically memories of board events, the Trustees Associates Dinner, people who have been honored, or honorary degree candidates. We've had some extraordinary people receive honorary degrees from Misericordia. We've had 2 Nobel Peace Laureates, John Hume and David Trimble, both from Northern Ireland, who both received honorary degrees from Misericordia. We've had, this is in my time, of course, we just had Sister Mary Haddad, who's a Sister of Mercy, head of the Catholic Hospital Association of the United States. The first woman to head Catholic Charities, Sister Donna Markham, received an honorary degree from us. Frances Campbell, who was at the time was the Vice Chancellor of St. Mary's University in London, received an honorary degree. Father James Martin, the Jesuit, has received an honorary degree from here at Misericordia. I mean, we've had some great people who have honored us by coming to receive these various honors. Well, I would say the major transformations here at Misericordia in my time as a member of the board is when we voted to admit young men to Misericordia, when we voted to have football and baseball as sports here at Misericordia. The building that has gone on here at Misericordia, the Anderson Sports Center, for example, I think that's been a major transformative building here at Misericordia. The other thing I think is the change. Now, in my years on the Board of Trustees at Misericordia, we've always had a lay president. A sister in my time has not been the president of Misericordia. And I would say, all of our presidents, our lay presidents, they know how to talk the talk. Not all of them know how to walk the walk, but some of them do, and they have done their best to try to preserve, I'd say all of them have done their best to try to preserve the Mercy values: justice, mercy, hospitality, service. I mean, they are big values here at Misericordia University. And our presidents, whether I think they've been great presidents or not so great presidents, they have encouraged faculty to take students on service learning trips. I'd say the other transformation is we no longer have, except for one sister, we no longer basically have sisters on the faculty, which means our mission people like Amy Lahart and others work very hard. Chris Summers, who is the head of campus ministry, they work very hard at trying to encourage and instill and energize Mercy values. I really think Misericordia University is a great institution. We have given many young people, and not so young people, an opportunity to get an education. Perhaps when people came to us initially, they didn't have all the skills that were needed, but our faculty, our staff worked with them, encouraged them. It's one thing to have a whole bunch of smart kids or smart students. They can learn on their own. I'm not saying that we don't have smart students. We do have smart, but we also have students who perhaps might not have gotten a chance to go to another institution. And what's special to me about Misericordia is everyone's important. No one's not important here. I personally know of a family where the young people had a really traumatic background. They came out of Syria, out of the terrible trauma of the Syrian civil war. They were in a refugee camp in Jordan for a period of time until they got their visas to be able to come to the United States. Today they're American citizens. Misericordia gave those young people, and there's still two have graduated, one student still here in school. Hopefully the fourth child will be coming to Misericordia. I'm not sure that other schools, maybe they would have gotten a scholarship, but I think Misericordia took an interest, not just in them, but in others. When I think about the Women and Children program that we have here at Misericordia, that is special. That is right down the lane for the Sisters of Mercy and what we're about with our focus on women and children.